Hey guys, Few Designs here. We're back with another tutorial. In the previous one, in lesson 9, we finished off doing the detailing of the hands, if you all remember. And in this one, we're just stepping it up again. I hope you guys had fun with the previous one, and I'm sorry that it was so long, but we had to get it done, and hands take quite a while to do. But anyway, in this section, we're now gonna move on to doing the blocking out of the lower limbs of the distal part of the body. So without any further ado guys, let's jump right in. We'll generally just keep working with the same folder now. For the other segment that I want to show y'all with the importing, we'll do that at the end of everything. I know it's a little bit of a giveaway, but remember we started off by blocking out the head. We're gonna bring the head end back to match and fit with this body, and have to put things together. I know it looks a little bit different. Don't be worried, don't be scared, it's the same thing. All I did was take this very same sculpt and slap the mirror modifier on it. That's it. And did the same thing with the hands, and voila, we have a more complete body. But yeah, it's nothing to be strenuous about. Is that a way to put it? Is that the way to say it? Strenuous? Either way, don't worry. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll keep the torso. We don't need these two layers to be open, so let's help our computer and not have it struggle. So we don't need the arms, we just need the torso to still be here, so we can get our proportions right and get our attachment points. That a thing. And we'll redo these glutes and then do them based on muscle structure as well, just to be more accurate. And just pressing Control Save there. It's just a habit. Make a habit of pushing Control S throughout your working process. Try to do it as frequently as possible. And without any further ado, let's jump right in and get to the fun part of all of this. I'm just gonna hold, forgetting my screencast keys. Sorry guys, there we go. Our screencasts are back, and there we go, it is responsive. Middle mouse is working with us today as well. Seems like it's a good day. God is blessing. And by the way, I picked up a little bit of cash on the ground. Very exciting stuff. And got a whole lot of creative ideas that were just flowing today. I've got exciting new projects to do. Just sharing that with y'all. But yeah, feeling pretty blessed. Anyway, okay, rounded cube. As always, you know this, guys. This is our Garden of Eden. This is our source. It's our genesis. It's our heaven. It's the best way to sculpt, and let me know if you agree. And if you don't agree, don't let me know either way. No, I'm kidding. I hope that doesn't offend any of you. Just a very playful individual. Okay, now with our rounded cube added, and we will shift duplicate and add a secondary, and we will scale it down to match kind of knee scaling. And generally your proportions between, let's say, round about where your clavicle is and the base of your abdomen, of your abdominal muscles, like the edge of your obliques there, the start of your gluteus medius, which would be the muscle here on the side. Bear this in mind, that you're working with more or less the same distance, same length. So that's how you can kind of by eye measure out your proportions. I'll show you a far more accurate way of blocking. I will create the tutorial for y'all and show you about 3 different blockout methods, and that will help you get your proportions accurate as well, of which one of them I've kind of already shown you, which is a bit of a tedious method, I guess, but you can do it with this very same tool like we did before. And there we go. As you can see, we've got pretty much 4.2 if we're gonna round up. So if we're gonna measure up, doesn't need to be exact, by the way, guys. So more or less, your knee will now come up to there. See what I mean? Very helpful, very useful tool. So this will be our knee. And what you want to do as well, by the way, is press X. Let's just delete these. delete. Alright, press W for the selection, control tab, and back to our sculpt mode. Oh, I'll go the wrong object. So from there we have our knee. Actually, let's do this while we're still in object mode, and we'll scale this up a little bit. What we'll do is we'll use this sphere then to extrude our lower leg, our distal leg. And like I said, let's try and actually keep the legs spreading apart. This will be perfect for distribution of weight if you're gonna rig your sculpt, if you're interested in that. But if not, then well, you lose nothing. And try to keep your sculpts as your mesh, your UVs, your rounded cubes. I was gonna say UV sphere. Your rounded cubes to about the size I just showed you, because otherwise it'll kind of be overscaled. I think I already told you guys this. It'll be overscaled, and you will have to kind of go through a little bit of a crappy process of, you know, having to deflate forms and all of that, which is just like unnecessary work. So let's try and avoid that for the time being. And like I said, we're gonna work with these limbs at a little bit of an angle. Let me scale this down a little bit. Let me move it a bit to the left. And the reason for this is because if you study your anatomy, you'll realize that your anatomy works the inside of your knee, where your sartorial comes to join the knee and the leg, flows this way, while the rest of the leg then comes back out like this, forming your shoulder. So you have like an inward dent. I don't know, like a slope. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, I'm sure you guys understand what I mean. And there we go. And zoom in a little bit so we don't drag too much of the sphere. And there we go. And the shoral generally has a bit of an angle here, but doesn't go too low. And this is kind of the default kind of styling of a leg and proportions, but just so you know, mine actually doesn't look this way, guys. Dead honest. And by the way, this length here is the lower part of the leg will be about the same length as that. I know it doesn't look right, but trust me, it's accurate. Then we re-lift that again, and there we go. And we want to have more of our volume spread to the outer or the lateral part. Ooh, see, fancy words. We're using words like lateral, guys. This is an intense training course here. You'll become the most knowledgeable anatomy sculptor on the planet. Hopefully studios will hire you a lot sooner when they see how capable you are. Like I said, I heard tips that this is one of the most important things that they look for in character designers, is that if this person understands anatomy, body muscle structure, and how to make a character look balanced, and know that it will keep the illusion going for the viewers, then that's worthwhile. Alright, so with the grab brush still again, we're coming into our right view. Oh, let's go back to our sculpt here, and we will use the grab brush and bring in a little bit of volume there. As you know, the thigh will kind of protrude a little bit towards the front end there, and we'll just set that up for the gluteus muscles to kind of join together. And currently our knee is extended a bit too far out, and that's what we want, but you want to keep a little bit of a bulge here at the back. For a realistic sculpt, if you're doing it to animate, that is not what you want to do. I can promise you that. Yeah, okay, then we go back to this one and we reach for our, let me just actually reduce this quickly first to the shoral size, and get our pose brush, and I just want us to kind of give it that rearward slant to it. Nobody's actually perfectly like straight up, so it would be weird. And actually send it a little bit forward again. Let's move our knee joints a bit forward as well, and that should be about right. That looks good. That character will look like they're able to stand, and it's not just all funky. Oh funky, oh funky, yeah. Alright, there we go. And now we can just add in our fetuses. No, we're not adding in our feet. I lie. We will be doing that in the next video. So there's our basic block out of the limbs, and let's just come in and grab the inflate brush, and I want us to just, if you recognize with your own leg that it's kind of not fully rounded. I don't know if that makes sense. It's not fully rounded, so we just want to reduce a slight bit of this volume here. It's a bit much, and then coming to the back of it towards the ankles, now we can pull that in a bit. Push Control on your keyboard so the inflate brush can dig in there a little bit. Press P for the pinch brush and just give it a quick once over, and there we go. And there's our leg block out. Nothing hectic, hey guys, quick, easy. We could add a little bit more volume here. Let's just go to the grab brush and just shift. Let's go straight into the back view and shift our limbs in a little bit and have a little bit of volume there. A lot of this volume will add back in when we're adding our muscle strokes. And over here, like we said, going towards the knees, a lot of the volume of muscle will kind of indent, if that makes sense. This must be indented, creating a little bit of that. You have a slight bit of bulge there in your muscle structure, and you'll have that indent, and then have for the second part, sorry, wrong part, there we go, then we can kind of fill in that volume where the sartorial will come to fill in towards the knee. There we go guys, and that's our first video. That's our block out, minus the first giveaway points and little bonus extras I gave y'all. This should be very quick for y'all to do, and well, yeah, we'll check you in the next one. GG, God's good, cheers.